Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Just 2 months after he decided to take his infamous $61.5 million mansion off the market in Los Angeles, Diddy's planned release date has now moved up by 6 weeks. Yeah, fam, I scared some of y'all, didn't I? Y'all like, why they letting him out so soon? That's a disgrace. He needs to be buried in jail. Yeah, I bet some of y'all ain't saying the same thing about Trump and all of those other dudes who was on that island messing with them babies. I bet you ain't talking about that. Yeah, and let me add insult to injury. Diddy is appealing his case. Now, I'm not saying that because I'm rooting for Diddy like that. I'm just saying it because I know a lot of y'all are hypocritical and you have ulterior motives. Now, if your motive is genuine and you really feel that Diddy is guilty of the things that he was accused of doing, then yeah, you got a right to feel the way you feel, and that opinion is 1,000 valid. But a lot of y'all just want to see him in jail just because he's a black man. Even if he was totally innocent, your ass would want to see him in jail because he's a black man, and he's a black man with money, and that's even worse for some of y'all. That's right, I said it. It's even worse for some of y'all. I know you, see. I know you. You already don't like black folks. And boy, one with money, boy, you really despise because most of y'all ain't got no money. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. You talk a lot. You do a lot of talking. But I think if you're going to talk about it, hey, man, call a striker and a ball. Call the rest of them out, too. Don't just target Diddy. You shouldn't just, after the Diddy trial, they got Diddy. Okay, you really believe Diddy did it? He was guilty? They got him. Cool, right. You got to celebrate, right? Now your focus should be, what about the rest of them? Because a lot of them were grown. They was not kids when they signed deals or they started working for Bad Boy. None. These were grown folks making grown decisions, taking the money. Yeah, man, they took the money. A whole bunch of them took that money, and they didn't say nothing. I'm talking about from bodyguards to assistants to artists to label execs, family members, friends. They took the money, man. See, this is why, this is one of the reasons why I really can't stand being in America at times. Because people here overall, they'll sell their soul for a Tootsie Roll. I mean, some money, some prestige, some assimilation, man, getting in close proximity to the action, to the connections, man, they'll sell their soul. So all of these people, well, I won't say all, but most of them, they sold their souls. And most of them look the other way. And I just don't feel nothing for people who do that. Because on one hand, they scream that, hey, I'm a victim. But on the other hand, they were enablers. Many of them were enablers. And many of them, they took that money and they looked the other way. They said, you know what? You treat me wrong, but give me some more money and I won't tell nobody. Yeah, that's what it boiled down to. You treat me wrong. You did this, you did that, but give me another check. Give me some more money, and I won't say nothing. The moment you start giving me some money, now I'm going to speak out. No, man. Speak out the first chance you get in a safe place. That's why I do believe that they talk about term limits in politics. There should be term limits in going to jail. Yeah, that's right. Term limits and going to jail. From the moment you get into a safe place, let's say you're being abused in any kind of way, from the moment you get into a safe place, the clock starts. Watch this now. When you're 18. If you're 18, if you're a minor, I say if you're a minor, at 18, the clock starts. If you're a minor, at 18, the clock starts if you're a minor and you are in a safe place. You escape your abuser and you're in a safe place. So if you're a minor, the clock starts at 18. At 18, you got a year to go to the authorities and report this crime. You got 1 year from the time you turn 18 to go to the authorities and make a report. After 18, you have, the clock starts when you reach safety. When you get into a safe place, and you get away from your attacker. Let's say you can be 19, 20, 21, 22, 30, 40. When you get away from your attacker can be attacking you for years. But the moment you find yourself in a safe place, whether you're at a restaurant by yourself, whether you walked into a convenience store by yourself, whether they left and went out of town and left you at the house. If they left you at the house by yourself and you are a grown person and you let them leave and go on a world tour and your ass was still sitting there waiting on them to come back and abuse you. But guess what? Tough titty. You had a 1 year. You got, the clock starts from the time they leave that house. All right, baby, I'll be back. From that point on, if you're not somewhere in a dungeon, locked up, cuffs all over you and stuff, you ain't tied to a bedpost hanging from a rope, you got 1 year from that moment to report the crime. You got 1 year to report the crime. And if you don't, that's it. That's it. Because the way things are right now, anybody can sit back and watch a person prosper and watch their situation decline, watch their financial situation decline, and look up and say, you know, who do I know got some money? I need some money, you know. Because right now, when people need some money and they're desperate and they're thinking about doing something nefarious, they might go, oh man, I need some money right now. And I'm finna sell this here. Or I'm finna go up in here and take this. I'm gonna embezzle this money or do whatever, right? You try to think of something quick because you need that money quick. So you're trying to think of something quick. And the quicker the money, typically, the more illegal it is, right? So you're trying to think of something real quick. What can I do? I need something. But now, the way they got it as it stands, now people don't have to commit crimes to make the quick lick. They can just say, you know what? And even though they ain't a super quick lick, because you depending on how much pressure you put on the person, and they might settle, in a day. They might settle in a month. They might take you a couple of years to get the money, but you know that money coming. But anyway, you want to settle. You want to get the money like that. So they go like, you know what? Who do I know got money? Who do I know got money? Who do I know got money? Who owe me money? Who owe me money? No, nobody owe me money. Who do I know got money? Who can I borrow some money? Can't borrow. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say such did this, that did that to me. And next thing you know, you got a fat check in the mail. Nah, fam, I'm not with that. I'm not with that. The moment you get in a safe place, the clock starts. You got 1 year. From the moment you get into a safe place, you got 1 year. And the reason why, I said that you must be at least 18 years old, I would say give minors, you give minors more time because they're young and they're not as, their minds are not as developed and stuff. They're young, they're making, they do things that children would do, and they make decisions that a child would make. So they may be scared and just, don't know where to turn or whatever. But at 18, man, if you can go to the army, if you can go fight in the military, you can go to the police and say, hey, such did this to me. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.